Hi, this is just a short video to review absolute value equations. We did these in class just before we went on holiday. Okay, this symbol, let's use purple. It's the absolute value symbol, or also called modulus. So that would be called mod x, or absolute value of x. So in these examples, you will recall that the absolute value sign will make all values positive. So absolute value of 3 is 3. Absolute value of -2 will make the negative value positive, so that would be 2. Absolute value of 4 is 4, but there's a negative sign, so it'll be -4. 3 minus 2 is 1. Absolute value of 1 is 1, and there's a negative sign, so that will become -1. 2 minus 7 is -5, but we have a negative sign, so we write that down. -5 here. Absolute -5 is 5, but there's a negative sign, so -5. When we solve equations, we want to find the value of x here and take absolute value of that, and we'll get 4 as the answer. So just by guessing, you could probably see that absolute 4 will give 4, and absolute -4 will also give 4. So we can see here that x will have two answers. So x will equal 4 or -4. And put your numbers back into the equation and check they work. In this question, what absolute value will give a negative number? If you think about that, this is going to be impossible to do, because absolute value sign always makes the number positive. So absolute value 3 would be 3. If you tried -3, you'll also get 3. So there's no way we can get a negative number when we take an absolute value of a number. So this has no solution. Okay, in this case, we have two cases. We have a positive case where we have 4, and that could be equal to x minus 1. So in this case, we can say x is 5 as one solution. But in the negative case, we could have -4 here equals x minus 1. So x here will equal -3. Okay, so let's check. 5 minus 1 is 4. Absolute 4 is 4. -3 minus 1 is -4. Absolute -4 is also 4. So we take both the positive and negative cases. In this case, 3x minus 2 could equal the positive case, which is 8. 3x equals 10. X equals 10 on 3 as one solution. In the negative case, 3x minus 2 could equal -8. So 3x equals -6. X would equal -2 as the second solution. And each time you should substitute your number back and check they work. For these next three, you can pause the video and try them yourself on some paper. These questions you don't need to submit to me. So pause now and try them yourself, and I'll solve them in a minute. Okay, so let's solve them. Hopefully you'll get the correct answer. So we've got absolute x plus 3 would equal the positive case, but we don't need the bracket, so let's get rid of that. Let's use a purple. So x plus 3 equals the positive case of this, which is just simply x minus 1. So in this case, you'll get the x cancelling, and you'll end up with 3 equals -1. Well, that makes no sense. So this part has no solution. And that happens sometimes. In the negative case, your x plus 3 could equal the negative case of x minus 1. Like that. We put a negative sign in front. So x plus 3 equals negative x plus 1. So let's try that. So bring your x across, you'll get 2x. Bring your 3 across, you'll get minus 3, which is 1 minus 3 minus 2. So x here equals negative 2 on 2, which is negative 1. So there's only one solution to that. So we can put it in here. Let's check. Negative 1 plus 3 equals negative 1 minus 1. I just put back in the original equation. So 3 minus 1 is 2. Absolute value of 2 is 2. Negative 1, negative 1, negative 2 is negative 2. And as you can see, that didn't work. So that means this has no solution either. Interesting. So in some cases, these questions actually have no solutions. So even though you actually get a value, negative 1, it didn't actually work when we put back into the equation. So that's why it's very important to check all of your solutions, okay? So let's try this one. So you've got 2 on this side. So how about we just divide by 2 on both sides? So 2 on 2 will cancel. X minus 1 equals 4. Okay, so we have a simple case now. So the positive case, x minus 1 equals 4. So x will equal 5. And the negative case, x minus 1 equals negative 4. So x would equal negative 4 plus 1, negative 3, and put them in a check. And then you see if they're correct or not. Last question. Okay, so let's move the number that's on its own here across first. So 4 x plus 3 equals 9 plus 7, which is 16. And you've got a 4 on this side, so let's divide both sides by 4. Cancel. So x plus 3 equals 4. So like the last question. So the positive case, x plus 3 equals 4. X could equal 1. There's one question, one answer to check. And the negative case, x plus 3 could equal negative 4. So x could equal negative 7. And you put those in and check yourself that they work all right. Okay, you don't actually have to do any for me yet for this, but you might see them in a future worksheet. Okay, good luck with that. I hope you understood it okay.